Welcome to my channel Hari PS Videos. So let us go for the next chapter, class 10, Physical Science. The second chapter, Acids and Bases. As we completed chemical reactions and equations, regarding to light we discussed reflection and refraction. So let us go the second chapter in class 10. Second chapter regarding to chemistry, acids, bases and salts. Salts. Let us take a simple brief overview about the chapter. The first topic we are going to discuss is indicators. Then after acids, what are the acids? Which substances are considered as the acids? And properties and uses. Then next bases. What are bases? Which substances are called bases? And properties. Then one of the very important topic in this chapter, pH scale. Based on this pH, we can determine the strength of the acids and the bases. Strong acid or weak acid. Right? Then after the salts, some chemical salts and their uses in our day-to-day life. So these are the topics we have in this chapter: acids, bases and salts. Acids, bases and salts. So before that, to learn about the indicators, acids and bases and salts, let us know a simple and important simple theories are proposed by three different scientists. Three different theories are there regarding to acids and bases. So let us take a simple overview about acid-base theories. Acid-base theory. The first one, Arrhenius acid-base theory. Arrhenius acid-base theory. So according to the Arrhenius, so acids are the substances that dissociate into water, to release hydrogen ions. These hydrogen ions are called as protons. These hydrogen ions are called as the protons. So those substances release H plus ion or hydrogen ion are simply called proton, considered as the acid. For example, hydrochloric acid. When this hydrochloric acid is dissolved in water, it gives H plus ions. Right? Sorry. Any substance which gives us H plus ion is called as acid. So HCl, when it is dissolved in water, it dissociates H plus and Cl minus ion. H plus and Cl minus ion. So H2SO4. H2SO4 also dissociate H plus HSO4 minus ion. HSO4 minus ion. So H plus. So the substance which is dissolves in water, it disassociate into their respective ions and gives H plus ion is called as acid. So those substances gives base. Those substances gives OH minus. So sodium hydroxide, which is a base. This sodium hydroxide is dissociate Na plus and OH minus ion. So it gives us OH minus ion. So this OH minus ion we can call as hydroxide ion. This H plus is called as proton or simply hydrogen ion. Simply we can call hydrogen ion. So according to the Arrhenius acid base theory, the substances which dissolves in water and release H plus ions or acids, the substances dissolves in water, disassociate and gives us OH minus ions are called as bases. So HCl, NaOH, H2SO4, KOH like that are the examples. Then so some drawbacks also there regarding to Arrhenius acid base theory. This theory is limited aqueous solutions. That means the substances which are dissolved in water, and doesn't explain acid base theory regarding to non-aqueous solutions, non-aqueous solvents. So carbon tetrachloride, benzene, petrol, these are called as non-aqueous solvents. So if the substance is dissolved in non-aqueous solvents, so this theory doesn't explain is it acid or is it base. So this is one theory regarding to Arrhenius regarding to acids and bases. The second one, Bronsted-Lowry acid base theory. So according to the Bronsted-Lowry acid base theory, acids are H plus donors, bases are H plus acceptors. So those substances which are donate protons or H plus ions are considered as acids. Those substances which are accept that proton or H plus ions are called as bases. Right? So much information is there regarding this acid base theory, but here I am giving just an idea. Didn't explain much about these all three theories regarding to acids and bases. So to know the acids and bases, there are three theories. One is Arrhenius theory and Bronsted-Lowry, and one more also the Lewis theory. So didn't explain much, just giving a basic idea. So Bronsted-Lowry acid base theory. Acids are the proton H plus donors, bases are the H plus acceptors. Those substances which are accept the protons, nothing but the H plus ions, are considered as the acids. Those are take that donating hydrogen ion are called as bases. So for example, ammonia is a basic in nature. If this ammonia is combined with water, or HCl, whatever, HCl, here HCl gives us the proton. This proton is accepted by ammonia and forms NH4 plus, NH4 plus and Cl minus, Cl minus, right? Or NH4 plus OH minus, NH4 plus OH minus, NH4 plus OH minus, it gives H2O plus ammonia, right? Here NH4 plus, now it is a base. It is a base. Well, it is acid, it is a base. So here H plus Cl gives the proton. So it acts as a acid and ammonia accept the proton or H plus. So it acts as a base. It acts as a base. So this should be written as H plus and OH. H and OH. This is NH4 plus. In that what happened? NH3H plus, NH3H plus. So here this OH minus accept this OH, accept this H plus, and forms water. So here OH minus acts as a base, here NH3 acts as a base, HCl acts as an acid, ammonium ion acts as a base. So here these are called as some conjugate acids and bases. Conjugate acids and bases. So here ammonia is the conjugate base. Ammonia is the conjugate base. So conjugate acid base consists of two species that differ by only proton. A conjugate acid is formed when a base accepts a proton and a base accepts a proton. And a conjugate base is formed when an acid loses a proton. So these are called as some conjugate acid and base. So you will learn in a higher studies. So here I didn't explain much as already told you. Then one more theory regarding to acid and base is Lewis theory. The substance accepts electron pair is called as the acids. The substance which donate the electron pair is considered as a basis. So examples for Lewis acid base theory: boron trifluoride, aluminum chloride, and H plus. So boron trifluoride, aluminum chloride, and H plus are some examples for Lewis acids because they are ready to take one electron pair. So then bases, the substances which are donate electron pair is called as Lewis base. Water and ammonia. In this, one of the important thing is these are accept the electron pair which do not involve in a chemical reaction or a chemical bonding. So the electron pair didn't involve in the bond formation. Those electron pairs are accepted by these substances, right? So you will learn in higher studies. So I didn't explain much. Just reminding you. There are three theories about acids and bases: Arrhenius, Bronsted-Lowry, and Lewis. Just keep in mind. So it is we will learn in higher studies. Then coming to our chapter. Coming to our chart. The first topic is in our chapter is indicators. What is meant by an indicator? So, as in previous classes, we have to test, means we have to test the nature of sulfur dioxide and magnesium oxide in the chapter metals and non-metals in class 8th. Even in class 7th also, you have to identify some of the substances having the acidic nature or the basic nature, acidic nature and the basic nature. So there are some indicators are there. So let us understand what is it. An indicator is a die. What is meant by indicator? An indicator is a die. An indicator is a die that changes color, when it is put into an acid or base, An indicator is a die that changes color when it is put into an acid or bases. So, by using this indicator, an indicator tells whether the substance, whether the substance is an acid or base. There are three commonly used indicators for test the substance is a base or acid. They are litmus, methyl orange, and phenolphthalein. Litmus, methyl orange and phenolphthalein. So these are the three types of indicators. They are commonly used indicators. They are litmus, methyl orange and phenolphthalein. Litmus, you know, red litmus and blue litmus. So red litmus as well as blue litmus. So you know very well. Then methyl orange and phenolphthalein comes in. You will discuss about. You learned about methyl orange and phenolphthalein in class 10 and higher studies also. So litmus, there are two, red litmus and the blue litmus. So what is meant by a litmus? Right? So what will happen? As you know, an acid turns blue litmus to red litmus. A base turns red litmus to blue litmus. So you know very well about this red litmus and the blue litmus. Then what is meant by a litmus? So before that, what is meant by a litmus? Okay, litmus is a natural indicator. So litmus is a natural indicator. Litmus is a natural indicator, which is obtained, which is extracted, which is obtained from, which is extracted or obtained from a type of plant, a type of plant called lichen, So lichen is a plant. Lichen is a plant belonging to plants are classified into different types, right? So lichen is a plant belonging to the division Thallophyta category. So litmus is lichen. Lichen is a plant which is under the category of Thallophyta, right? So when litmus solution is neither acid or base, then its color is purple. Actually, its color is purple in color. It turns red in acidic solution, and blue in basic solution. So, if the litmus paper put in acid, blue litmus turns into red. Whereas if the litmus put in a base, it turns red litmus into blue litmus. So this is about the litmus. So litmus is a natural indicator extracted from a type of plant called lichen. Lichen is a plant which is under the category of Thallophyta. So actually its color is a purple. When it is placed in the acid, so it gives us a different color. Colors. So one more natural indicator is turmeric. Turmeric also is an indicator. So many times we have noticed the yellow stain of curry on a white cloth, turns reddish brown when the soap is scrubbed on it. When the soap is scrubbed on it. So while eating, some food is fall on our clothes. So whenever we want to wash with the soap, actually the color of it is yellow, but it turns into reddish brown because of it turns. So soap consists of a base. So it turns reddish brown. The red cabbage also. Extract from the red cabbage. Red cabbage also one of the natural natural indicator. So litmus is a natural indicator, turmeric is a natural indicator, and red cabbage also a natural indicator. Then coming to methyl orange indicator is red. So methyl orange is solution. Methyl orange and phenolphthalein both are the solutions, right? So the neutral color of methyl orange is orange color. Actually, methyl orange is the orange in color. When it is added into the acid, it turns into red color. So, if the methyl orange is added into the acid, it turns into red. Whereas in case of a base, it turns into yellow. So methyl orange is a indicator which is in orange in color, orange in color in neutral state. If it is added into any acid, this is changed red color. And if it is added into base, it turns into red. It turns yellow. Whereas the phenolphthalein also is an indicator which is colorless. Phenolphthalein indicator is a colorless. It is a colorless. So in acid solution it is colorless. In acid solution it is also colorless. So in case of a base, it is pink. Turns into pink. So litmus turns acid. If we put the litmus in acid substances change into blue to red, whereas in bases turns red to blue. Methyl orange in case of acid substances turns into red, in case of bases turns into yellow. Phenolphthalein acid colorless and in bases pink. So in this way, by using the indicators, we have to determine and we have to understand the nature of the substance. Is it the acidic substance or the basic substance? Acidic substances are the basic substances. So if any base is dissolved in water, so we can term it as alkali. Alkalic substances. Alkali is nothing but that is not a new word. It indicates base. A base which is dissolved in water. So we can term it as alkali. So and another acid base indicator also is that is a universal indicator. So we will discuss universal indicator in later. So the topic pH scale. Then another indicators olfactory indicators. The other indicators are olfactory indicators. So the term olfactory means relating to a sense of smell. The term olfactory indicates relative to sense of a smell. Olfactory indicates means the word meaning is sense of a smell. So those substances whose smell change, those substances whose smell or odor changes in acidic or basic solutions. Are called olfactory indicators. Those substances whose smell changes in acidic or basic solutions are called olfactory indicators. Onions. onions, right? Onions and vanilla. Onions and vanilla. Onions and vanilla is the olfactory indicators. Both are the example for olfactory indicators, right? So olfactory indicator usually works on the principle that an acid or base is added to it. Then characteristic smell cannot be detected. Characteristic smell cannot be detected. So onion has some smell, right? When it is put in the acid or base, we cannot recognize the original smell. We cannot recognize the original smell, right? So aniline has a characteristic smell, right? When a basic solution like sodium hydroxide solution is added to a cloth strip treated with anions, then the anion smell cannot be detected. An acidic solution like hydrochloric acid doesn't destroy the smell of anions. This can be used test for the acids or the bases. For example, take a cloth. In the cloth we have to place some pieces of onions. Onions have some characteristic smell which is easily to identify that. So take a potassium, take a onion and cut it into small pieces. Take a cloth, place the onion pieces in the cloth and tie it. Now onions has a characteristic smell. Now add into the sodium hydroxide solution. Sodium hydroxide solution. What will happen? We cannot recognize the smell of onion. Smell of onion. Whereas if we place in an acidic solution, still the onion has the smell. Then we are able to experience the onion smell. Whereas in place in the base, we cannot recognize the onion smell. So in this way, we can understand, we can recognize the given solution of the substance is acid or base. Is acid or base. Whereas vanilla extract from a characteristic smell, it is basic like sodium hydroxide called. Similarly, in case of the vanilla also one of the olfactory indicator. So whatever, either the onions or vanilla, these substances smell changes. These substances have particular smell. When they dissolve or they when added into their acid or basic substance, their smell is changed. So those indicators. So indicators are used to determine which substance is acid and which substance is a base. So litmus, methyl orange, phenolphthalein and olfactory indicators are used to detect or determine the substance is a acid or base. Acid or base. So now this is about indicators. This is about the indicators. So then from the coming tests, coming session, we will discuss acids. What are acids? Their characteristics, properties. We will discuss coming session. So please like the video, share the video, subscribe the channel, share the channel with your friends, ask them, share with their friends, subscribe the channel. So thank you so much.